What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Rossi's Clubhouse. I have a gentleman that was with me last year. His name is William Marx. He's a director, screenwriter, even actor here in Sacramento, California. But what's unique about William is that he and his wife Madeline both wrote Paper Notice, and I think you guys also write other little short films together. So it's not the first film that you guys worked on together. So we'll get into that, but let's welcome them to the show. William, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about Paper Notice, and then we'll get into my reaction to the film and how you guys came about this idea.
Absolutely. Well, Paper Notice actually took a long time mentally to put together. It actually grew. It wasn't linear by any fashion. It grew out of a small idea and then started to just put the pieces together. And with Madeline's help and guidance, she would tell me, "Oh, well, this probably won't work. Let's try something else, something uh, that'll ring more true as time goes on." Right. So without her, it wouldn't have happened.
Did you guys write it a few months ago? Was it a year ago? Was this something? Because I know a lot of writers and artists have songs or screenplays that they wrote years ago, and then they'll revisit that and bring it back up. So when was this actually written?
It was at PCS in 2024, right?
Okay. Okay.
And so that's October of 2024.
Right.
I think it was 2023 in August that I started to get the idea. And then when we went to PCS in 2023, I saw a couple other films, and some of them were kind of similar as far as a formula. So that kind of solidified what direction I wanted to go with it. And so it like I said, it took a long time. It took probably at least 6 months. Wow. From concept to actually write, and then actually enter it into PCS, which is at the end of 2023. So, you're talking 6, 7, 8 months.
Right. So you're chosen, you do your film, and when you go to a place called Sacramento, that's when you find out if your film won awards, prizes, whatever that is. It could be best actor, best screenplay, best cinematography, best music, all of that. So everyone gets to participate in this. For you guys at a place called Sacramento, were you shocked that because you guys won a few prizes at a place called Sacramento and other film festivals as well for Paper Notice?
I don't think shocked. We were honored and pleased. I don't think shocked would be the correct word. It wasn't our first rodeo. The year before, Madeline had written a great film called "Someone Done Goofed Up the Clones," which pretty much swept a place called Sacramento that year. So we were really proud of that. So I think we rode the wave of success of that film for the next year. And Madeline put in a script for that year. I put in a script for that year, and quite surprisingly, mine won. So we put all of our beans into that pot and pushed forward. And the film location was at our house. There was a little park scene, which was literally 100 yards from the house. So it was all very controllable environment. So we were able to shoot it within, I think, 3 or 4 half days, and we had a great cast and crew. And Madeline just mentioned, because we just looked at the photos of that day, the stills that we took up that morning, went, oh my gosh, it just is a gorgeous day. The colors were perfect. Yes. So we felt like we were blessed with a great day, great cast and crew, and the results pretty much spoke for themselves. So we're happy.
Well, I have to say, when I watched the film this morning, you bring the colors up. It was a beautiful day. The sun was so shiny out, but I love the fact that a neighbor, the lady that got her cat stuck up in a tree, the beautiful colors that she came on. So for me, as someone that's watching the film, I love how the colors popped. The cinematography was really good. Everything was shot nicely. But I like the character John. I like the fact that, I think he's described as a selfless man. He helps everyone, but it really comes across with you playing John as that character. And the fact that he wakes up, and it's so witty because I love the pink, pink notice, everything was in pink. I love that. And I love that he just wakes up and this poor guy is just, he lost his job. There's a notice there. His woman leaves him a Dear John letter, and it's Dear John. I love the play on some of the words because it was witty. It was kind of funny when when we switch over to the boss. His name is Mr. Boss. Everything and everyone in the film is a character. And, Mr. Boss just cannot remember Pearl Shirl's name, and that's another thing. But I thought the cast, everyone worked great together. But my thing is him waking up that morning, him sitting on the couch. It's a daydream that he's going through, right? That's basically him having a daydream. And this day ends up being a wonderful day, starting out with getting the lady's cat out the tree, which I thought was really funny when you looked up, and I'm thinking it's going to be a cat, and it's a stuffed animal that's in a tree. So, the kids walking by and taking a picture, and, John ends up going viral. So you're seeing all these great things happen to him. He saved someone that day. He was like given a hero's thing from the fire department, just a great guy. And so as the film goes along, you're back at home. And my thing was, did he marry the news lady?
Yes.
Did that happen? But I watched exactly. I watched it again, and if you watch it again, you notice that his robe is a certain color. So I had to. The third time I watched it, I didn't know if my husband caught it, but the second time I watched it, because I wanted to make sure I was clear. I'm like, wait, the robe changed colors, which therefore lets you know. Okay,
yes.
Okay,
that's very much by design. That the wardrobe is very much engineered into that. So it wasn't a mistake. And thank you for noticing that. There's a lot of little clues in there.
Yes.
And, there's a lot of and it won for what was it?
Best set design.
Best set design. Yes. There was a lot of detail there, a lot of props. It was very focused. The idea was to hook the audience in a very, because it's only 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So you have to hook the audience very quickly. And I think we timed it, and where we felt that the audience gets hooked is within the first 90 seconds.
Yes.
So it gets right to the point. There isn't a bunch of type cards or anything. It gets right to the point. Right. And for a 10-minute film, you have to capture the audience's minds very quickly. Right. Kind of a side note, during the big premiere, there was a couple of gentlemen in front of us, and they were really having a great time watching it. And stuff like they were laughing, and then where they were saying, oh no, because they're saying, oh no, going, oh no, they know what's going to happen. And you know what? We delivered that. They knew it was going to happen. And then they just burst out laughing. And with 900 people in the audience in the theater, sometimes some of the dialogue was a little bit obliterated, but I think we paced it to a point where the audience calmed down, and then more information was given to them. So it was it was highly engineered, in our humble opinion. So
I agree with you. I do have to say, I mean, watching this film and getting to interview you last time, I've seen something that you have produced and made. I get it. I absolutely get it. It's like they've done this for a long time. But you are right. You did hook me immediately because after you see the first notice and then he gets the second notice, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, what's going on with this guy? But the colors get you. And then when you hear the cat and all that, you're invested to the point to where I didn't catch the his rope change until I watched it again because I had to figure out, okay, I missed something. And then when I watched it again, oh, okay. And then you get it. From there, you get it. Madeline, when you're writing with William with something like Paper Notice, do you guys sit together or do you do your thing and he does his thing and then you bring it together? Like who develops the character and then you have the other characters that you got to bring into it because then you have when you get to Mr. Boss and his scene and the fact that you leave it so witty that everyone has these, you know, the name Mr. Boss. And when you see him, honestly, I'll be honest with you, William, I thought that was you for a second. I'm like, is he playing two parts? I had to go through it and see that, no, it wasn't you. But with the wig on crooked, the guy, I thought it was you.
Well, answer the obvious.
Mr. Boss character, it is him. He's
is it you?
He's that good. It is him. You have to go back and watch it a fourth time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, great. Okay. Mr. Boss is you. So that was you.
So we fooled you. So
you did fool me. I watched it twice and I was like, I think it's him, but I don't know if it's him. So yes, you got me on that. So thank you for letting me know that. But who comes up with that? Like who brings the characters together? How do you guys, do you write separately and come together?
Kind of both. Because I let him like write as much as he can get out. So he wrote the first draft and then I went through it and was like, okay, wait a minute. What are you trying to convey here? Because this isn't it. And I go back in and, not fix it, but just, put what's supposed to be there. What's in his mind needs to be on the paper. And he doesn't always, get that, but I see that. So I can look at the script and see what's missing and then just question him, ask him a million questions to draw the script out of him. And then I, type it all up and it's what is in his head is now on the paper. So
nice.
we work together really well.
Yeah, definitely. She's really the expert. She's really the writer. Really the writer. I wrote Paper Notice. It's my conception.
Okay.
And Madeline helped me with it.
Okay.
But we both wrote it.
Yeah.
Because it's both our hearts that are into it.
Right.
And one of the things that I would do is I would write it, give it to her, and then she'd bring it back and there'd be lines through it. And like there was one scene that didn't make it into it, that like the park scene.
Okay.
Where they're sitting and they're doing that. I wrote that.
Yeah.
But that was that wasn't in the first draft. What was in the first draft, Madeline said, no, this isn't going to play out very well for the whole, for all the audience. Yeah. So I rewrote it and I thought, oh, okay, well, what about fantasy? Okay, so they're going to be in a park and they're having a picnic and they're throwing food into each other's mouth.
I love that part.
And then from that, put the humor into it and make it fast enough to where you're not snoozing, trying to figure out, well, what's happening here?
Right.
I wanted some what's happening here, but I wanted it to go by so fast that the audience didn't like really realize it, and then all of a sudden, oh, I'm on this roller coaster of this ride, and we just went through a tunnel. Oh my gosh, what was that tunnel, Mr. Boss? And it was like, what, where did that come from? And then we realized how those pieces actually fit together. Then it's, oh, okay. So
I love the park scene. I love the popcorn scene. I thought that was funny. I love that he's throwing one and she's catching it. She throws one. And then all of a sudden you look and she throws a bunch of popcorn. And I love your reaction to her throwing more than one popcorn, throw it at you. And your look and response to that was really funny. I really did, before I realized that, he and the news lady weren't going to get together. But before you knew that, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like this guy's day, it got even better. He saved the cat. He did this. They come and interview him, and oh my gosh, he and a newsletter are going to get together. They got married, and he became the mayor of Sacramento. And then you're sitting there, and the water's dripping, and you see him on the couch, and then you realize, oh wait, that's why I watched it through the second time. So I'm like, wait, did that happen? And watching it through the second time, no, it didn't. But my husband looked at it as, when he watched it, I was like, what do you think? Because he sat there, he laughed. And he's like, I'm thinking that when he wakes up from his daydream, because I feel it's a daydream, and he gets up and he hears the cat. So that did happen. And he hears it, just him hearing that cat after everything he just experienced, having his daydream, his day may really be looking up. So these things may be good for him.
Exactly.
Yes. So, but as far as like writing a 10-minute film, I always wonder that about a place called Sacramento. When you have parameters of 10 minutes, how do you narrow it down to 10 minutes? Because I'm sure that you have more that you want to put in there. How do you get it to 10 minutes? This is good, beginning to end, because you are able to accomplish that. But how much editing do you have to go through to get it to where it's a beginning and end, but it is 10-minute short film?
Well, I'm going to answer part of that, and I'll have Madeline answer part of that. But for 10 minutes, it basically rolls down to a 10-page script.
Okay.
And so every page is about a minute. But you could do more, obviously, but you have to really edit it down. So you have to be conservative with your writing. And some scripts, and we've both written 10-minute films before. Not every one have been produced, but sometimes it's like it comes out six pages. Like, oh, okay, well, I need a little more information there, or a little more fluff. And then sometimes it's 14 pages, and then you have to figure out, okay, well, I need to figure out what's important, what's not important, what's going to flow. At least that's the way that I approach it. Madeline is much more adept at writing scripts than I am. So
I think that I think about it so much that even before I start writing, it's like a memory that I think about it so much. And I think about it from every angle that I could possibly think about it. So that when I am writing, I'm not writing nonsense that doesn't need to be there.
Right.
So,
yeah, and it's definitely a lot, as I mentioned before, it's not linear at all. For specifically Paper Notice, I had an idea, and then we started adding pieces to it to make it cohesive. Well, how are you going to make somebody likable? Well, you make him save the neighbor's cat. It's such a cliche. It's a hilarious cliche. But the way that it was, now we need a cat. Well, cats are really hard to, go on to Amazon. Oh, there's the perfect cat. And the cat is living another life with our granddaughter, who she carries the cat around all over the place.
That's so cute.
So it was writing Paper Notice was like putting together Legos.
Okay.
So you had an idea of what you wanted, and you started just to build it.
Do you, Madeline, when you're writing and you write like your own thing by yourself, do you normally write witty films? Are your films a little different from Williams type of films? Like, are all your films witty, or do you do drama?
Yeah, mine tend to be kind of like silly sci-fi.
Okay.
That's probably dreamlike, silly sci-fi. So that's why it worked with him, because he kind of writes romantic, dreamlike action stuff, but I think he writes.
Okay. With Paper Notice, now that we've been at a place called SAC, after it's done with a place called SAC, do you put in other film festivals? Are you able to put it in other film festivals? Because I've heard of writers that enter a place called SAC, but then they'll have a second cut that's a little bit longer, so that they can take that film but make it a little longer so they can shop it to other film festivals, especially when you have a good film like yours where you want to share it with other festivals. Are we still running it? Where are we at with Paper Notice right now?
Well, Paper Notice did run through the film festival circuit for about a year and almost a full year and a half.
Okay.
And that particular that edit of it was a little bit longer, just to make things breathe a little bit more. It didn't change very much at all, but it just let some reaction just kind of sit there and breathe just a little bit, rather than cutting. Because with 10 minutes, including credits, it goes really fast. So the director's cut, if you will, was 10 minutes, 38 seconds. And we put that into all sorts of film festivals, and it won a few things. But I kept going for the really big ones, put in a lot of money into it. And I didn't put it into a lot of Sacramento film festivals because, it's a small community and everybody's seen it. So I think that we finished up, I think, in February of this year.
Wow.
Film festivals. So it's now on YouTube available. So if you go to Google or YouTube and you put in Paper Notice, it'll probably pop right up.
Right. And you guys, go ahead.
That's the director's cut on that one.
Okay, that's the one that I watched. So you guys, when you guys watch the video, all of the links for Madeline and for William will be in the description of the video. And I will be putting the cut I watched, which was the unedited cut. I believe that's the one that you sent me. I'll have that in the description of the video. You guys will be able to hit the link and go and check out Paper Notice. What do you guys have going on right now? Now that we're done with Paper Notice, do you take a little break, or do you have something that you've been working on? Madeline, I'll go to you first. What do you have for us next?
I'm just kind of writing silly stuff, just little things that have been, popping up in my head. Had a suggestion for silly lifeguards, so I've been kind of kicking that around right now. Lifeguard story that, and maybe it'll be produced next summer. We'll see.
Okay. Mr. Marx?
Well, I have a couple of ideas. I have one idea that I'd like to get produced at some point. It's about 9 or 10 pages. It's about an aging Cupid that is modernized and is going through struggles. So there's an arc there. So
that's interesting. That's absolutely interesting.
And primarily, I'm an actor, and that's what I would come into all this from, is an actor's viewpoint or angle. And being a producer and being a director and a writer has actually expanded from being in the business for quite a while. So I still am on the websites for actors that submit. So I had you've heard of vertical forms before. I'll get auditions for those, which are minuets, if you will, and it's for the phone, and it's usually down in LA, and it's usually 1 or 2 days, and a little bit of money, and you're kind of there, and you're in and out, and you don't have to write anything, you don't have to wrangle people, so it's kind of a nice little quick getting to know people, and it's a great way to network as well. So there's a lot going on. We're not really pushing. We in the last 6 months we had a big change in geography and life, and so we're kind of taking a little bit of respite. But you know what, the where we are now, we're looking around going, this would be a great location to do this and that. So the wheels are always churning, and with Lone Chug Productions, we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. And just to let you guys know, I did meet William as an actor. So it was Hidden in Plain Sight, and you played a judge. And we didn't appear on set that day, but he was in that film. So I originally did meet you as an actor. And then when he came on a show, that's when I learned about that he writes, he directs, he produces. They do so much more than that. So I do want to mention that. I appreciate you guys sharing Paper Notice with me, with the audience. Like I said, you guys will be able to watch Paper Notice. The link in the video, you guys, check it out. You guys are always welcome back. Please, Madeline, if you're doing something and you want to come back, hit me up. Rossi, let's do a show. And you're always welcome. I'm very curious about this lifeguard situation. So after seeing what you guys come up with and the wittiness and I also want to say something that I can sit with my kids and watch, you know what I mean? Families can sit and watch your guys' film. So I really do appreciate that. But thank you for sharing Paper Notice. This is your time. If you guys want to say anything, if there's anything coming up, please, you end the show.
Okay. You never know what the tide is going to bring. So
okay.
just hey, everyone, seriously, if you have the inkling to act. If you have the desire to write. If you want to make a film, please make a film. Express your creativity. And just all in all, just like Paper Notice said, there was one sentence, and that was kind of the Lisa Simpson of the film. She said, "Be kind." And
yes,
that's what I want to say is just be kind, people.
Yes.
And we appreciate your support.
Absolutely.
Having us on. So we love it.
Of course. And thank you for coming back on. Thank you for the first time you came on. So sorry again, but you guys, and William came on the first time. You guys can go and listen to that on Rossi's Clubhouse. Anywhere you guys listen to your podcast, you can listen to that, because I will have to say, in that first interview, he gave a lot of, he helped out a lot. He told us about casting. He told us about acting. He let you guys know how you can start, what you guys can do, what festivals or what casting directors, what's going on in your town. He gave us a lot of jewels that he dropped that day. So go and listen to that for you first-time actors. And also, would you say that if someone is starting out in writing and they want to be a screenplay writer, would a place called Sacramento be something that they should get involved with? And because I know we have 48-hour film festivals, there's a lot going on here in Sacramento. So you don't have to be established. You can literally be someone that's just a new writer that can enter a competition like that, would you say?
Absolutely that. And with a place called Sacramento, they have every May, they have the cast and call crew, which will be next year, but you can show up and say, you know what, I've never done anything. Can I be a production assistant? And from there, you can just kind of be a fly on the wall. You'll be working, hey, we need this. Can you bring this over? It's a great place to start to get your toe in the water of, will this be fun? Is this something that I want to do? And hopefully it is. But yeah, a place called Sacramento and they call it a filmmakers incubator, and it truly is. And if it wasn't for a place called Sacramento, I would have never ever would have thought about writing myself or directing. So I'm very, very grateful. Still a neophyte, but very grateful.
Yeah, we definitely have a great community here in Sacramento, and I love that everyone helps everyone, and everyone will stand in as an extra, because you guys can do that too. You can work as an extra and kind of get used to being on set. So, and what I was saying was, he dropped a lot of advice. He gave a lot of advice to first-time actors, writers, all that. So you guys go listen to that. I'm Ross McCree. This is Rossi's Clubhouse. And again, be kind to each other, you guys, and have a wonderful week. All right. I will see you guys next time. And here on Rossi's Clubhouse, we are out.